can't scream too loud because my kids are sleeping. Hey loves, it's Belinda Selene and welcome back to my channel. This planner collection is in collaboration with Blue Sky and they have worked with me vigorously trying to get the perfect design, making sure that it's everything that I wanted. And I love how it turned out. I'm sure you guys want to get right into it and see what they look like. So they are available in store at Staples. They're so beautiful. They're in the fashion section. There's 3 different designs. This is like Boss Babe, let's get it done. I mean business. And then we have My Full Personality, which is both Boss Babe but also super girly and fun. It reminds me of Chanel. It's so pretty and feminine but still very sophisticated. And then you have like the really fun girly, bubbly planner. So I don't know, I love all 3 of those. These are the 2024-2025 Blue Sky Belinda Selene planner, and we have the size 8.5 by 11 academic weekly and monthly planners, and these retail for $19.99 per piece. So each one of them have this on the front, and then it says Belinda Selene for Blue Sky. On the back of this, it has a little bit of my information, a little bit of my bio, and then where you can find me on social media, which is all at Belinda Selene. This is the only design that has this, which is a transparent plastic cover. It has gold foil, it has a gold coil, and what I wanted this for is because sometimes I want a picture in the front, and I wanted you to be able to customize this with a picture if you wanted, or maybe you want to add a little note in there. And so maybe you have a sticky note that you want to place on there so you remember something. So we have this, I'm just using this sticky note, and you can put it in the front cover and it still is going to protect it. Then as we open it, you have a print of what the front looks like as well, and it also has the same information at Belinda Selene for Blue Sky. You open it up and it is a yearly overview with the months from 2024 and 2025. It says this planner belongs to, you can put your name, address, phone number, email, and then you have a checklist of yearly goals that you want to accomplish. And I feel like this is really important. This is something that I like to fill out, and just very simple. You can write down your goals for the year. Once you flip the page, you have contacts. There's a section for names and details. On this page, important dates with starting from July to June. Important dates that you want to write down, like birthdays or special occasions. You have 2 monthly views for the month of May and June, but the actual weekly spreads don't start until July. So over here is where you will see this laid out. I love the font and I love the color of this. And then you have these tabs over here on the side with a rosy dusty color, which is what I wanted. I wanted to be very neutral and beautiful. We can only include a certain amount of pages, and so I want to make sure that you had a section for notes. And then we have the holidays for 2024 and 2025 all written down here to reference when you are making sure nothing overlaps. And if you love to travel like I do, this is really cool. You could see all of the states and capitals of the United States, and what I like to do is I like to shade in states that we visited that year and just write down like when we were there. So that is really cool. That's also plastic in the back. And then we have this beautiful pattern. It's lilac. Oh, this is the perfect purple. I think this is the most perfect purple. It also has the gold foil with the year and the gold coils, and it has the exact same thing as the others, but this is a thicker material here in the front, and this is like a textured cover right here. So this one is different. You could feel it's a little bit more thick, and it has the same beautiful pattern in the front and along with the same details as the other. And then this is also the same material as this. Once again, it has the gold foil. I incorporated just a touch of pink because pink is my favorite color with the gold foil on there. It also has like this beautiful print, which what I like to do is I like to put like a little vision board here in the front of what I want my year to look like, or just pictures of my kids. And on the back, it has a black cover. This has a purple one, so I like that. That one has black, that one has purple, and then this one has black as well. And then you have the smaller version, which is the A5. In the front, you can see that it has Belinda Selene and blue sky on it. The smaller sizes, same prints. They all have this in the front. You can take it off if you'd like, or just flip it to the back, whichever you'd prefer. And this is the size in comparison. This is the 8.5 by 11, and then this is a 5 by 8 academic planner as well, and these retail for $14.99. So we have $14.99, $19.99, and they're available in store. And so we have all of these prints right here. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Let me know which one is your favorite. I want to know which one. 1, 2, or 3. Let me know. This one also has that transparent cover on it as well. We have the gorgeous glossy print of the peonies, my favorite flower ever. And then we have a yearly overview, the same for 2024, 2025. It has the same pages as the bigger planner, which is what I like. It also has the month of May and June if you want to get a head start, but the weekly spreads don't start until July. It goes all the way through June, and then in the back there's also a notes section right over here. Special important notes along with the holidays and the states and capitals. This has always been a dream of mine, and I've always talked about it. I've always said how one day I'm going to have a planner with my name on it, and I'm going to help design it, and I'm going to pick up the colors and the layouts, and I feel so incredibly blessed, and I feel like it's not real. Like I have to pinch myself. It just feels so surreal to me because I've worked on this for 3 years, and it was at the time in my life which was so bittersweet. It was difficult and it was beautiful at the same time. So almost 4 years ago now, it was the middle of COVID, and as you guys know, I had a sticker shop and I handmade all of those stickers. I had my whole setup. I had my machines. I had 10 machines. I had a very small business. It was me and some help that I hired. Ricardo would help during the nights, and we would stay up all night trying to do everything. And it was so successful and it was so fulfilling and I loved it. And it was my baby and I wanted it to grow into something bigger. I wanted to incorporate planners, but you know, sometimes it just doesn't happen the way that you planned. It was very successful. I could not keep up with the demand. I hired help to help me. Ricardo would stay up late with me working on these sticker orders. And then COVID happened. And I had to let go of the help that I hired. And it was just me and Ricardo fulfilling these orders, which I could not keep up with the demand. And you would think that's such a good problem to have. But because of COVID, I had no help. And on top of that, I was super pregnant, and after 6 years of infertility and going through fertility treatment and going through IVF, I just wanted to immerse myself into motherhood, and I wanted to take it on completely. I didn't want any distractions. I just wanted to focus on my baby, and I didn't realize that I was going to let go of my YouTube channel, and I was going to let go of everything that I worked so hard for, 10 years worth of hard work, being an influencer, a content creator full-time. And to some, it may not seem like a big deal, but this is what I've been doing. This was, you know, what helped pay the bills. This is what made me happy and fulfilled me as a person. And I had to let go of that a little bit to focus on motherhood. And I think there's a healthy balance in that. I do not regret it for 1 second. But when I had to shut down my shop due to COVID, and because I was so focused on my newborn baby, I felt like I failed. I felt like I failed at something that I worked so hard for, that was supposed to be this big grand thing that was supposed to grow with me, and I was supposed to make into a bigger company and eventually have planners with my name on it and just fulfill my dreams. I had to shut down. And it's not like I couldn't come back from that, and it's not like I could have focused on that later, but God blessed me with 2 more children, and so I don't regret it for 1 second. I am so happy that I put everything on the back burner and I focused on my family, because that is truly where my heart is. And I am so happy with my kids. They're everything that I've ever wanted and that I ever wished for and that I prayed for so hard for. And I play with them. You know, I take care of them all day. I don't get ready. I don't do my hair. I don't do my makeup. Like, all of these glamorous things that I felt like YouTube needed for me to focus and work on, I couldn't give my attention to that. And so even though I was very happy with my decision of just paying attention to my children, my family, and focusing on that, part of me was a little sad because I let go of that dream. I let go of making my sticker shop into something bigger because I didn't have the help and I didn't have what I needed. I needed to focus on that and give my attention to that if I wanted it to grow, and I couldn't just delegate that task to somebody else. But I wasn't going to give up. I was very disappointed that I couldn't continue to do what I did on a normal basis to keep up with my channel and all the growing platforms. So I still, you know, went on Instagram, went on the other social media platforms, and I still uploaded here and there. I was trying to be still active because I truly just enjoy it. It's fun for me, and it's a creative outlet for me. But doing YouTube videos like this full time, where it takes me like an hour to film or more, it could take me a few days depending on what I'm doing, and then it takes me 4 to 5 hours to edit a video, and I just didn't have the time for that, dealing with newborns and toddlers. And like I said, a little part of me was very sad, and I feel like I failed. When I closed on my sticker shop, I couldn't even announce it. I couldn't even say, hey, I'm taking a break, because in my head, I was always like, no, I'm gonna come back to it. I'm gonna continue to do things. I left my sticker shop open, and I left all of my accounts open on the business side of things. Like, I didn't shut down my Shopify account. I continued to pay for the membership. I continued to pay for the post office. Like, you have to have a certain payment schedule, and I kept all that open. A lot of things that you pay for monthly that add up in cost, but I kept it open because I was still hoping to get back to it, and I was still hoping to make it happen. I'm like, I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna find a way to do it all, you know, but sometimes you just can't do it all, you know, and that's okay. It just depends on the season of life that you're in. But I told myself, I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna find a way, because I can't let it go completely. This is still my dream. I could still be a mom, and I could still do something that I love, and I will find a way. In those late nights of holding my newborn and staying up all night with them and trying to figure out what I can do, I thought about Blue Sky. They're a brand that is very well known. If you go to any store that has any stationery, that has any planners, you will find them. And I remember in one of the events that I attended, I spoke to their PR, to their public relations team, and they're very sweet, absolutely lovely. I spoke to Ashley, and I remember a conversation that we had about doing a collaboration together. And this is just something that, you know, you often talk about when you network, when you go to these events. And I'm talking about events that you guys have attended before too, like Go Wild, the Chicago Planner Conference, the Atlanta conference that I went to as well. Like, these are all events that are just really fun. You get together with people and you talk to different brands, and it's so important to put yourself out there and have the courage to talk to these people, because you never know where you're going to find yourself later on and how you can collaborate and work together. And so I remember thinking about Blue Sky and how we talked about collaboration. I'm like, if I cannot keep up with this demand of stickers, I'm going to find someone who could help me with it. And at that time, there was another brand that reached out and they also wanted to work with me. Actually, there were two brands that wanted to work with me, but I really wanted to work with Blue Sky. And I talked to their management team and I pitched all the hard work that I've been doing. And I showed them all the analytics from my sticker shop and all the sales that I had gotten and just how the demand was a lot. And so I worked with them and my management team and we work together to make this collaboration happen. And my manager, Laura Dana, she helped me work through the licensing deal and we made it happen. And I remember we were just emailing back and forth. We had a couple conference calls together and nothing was finalized until we had the contract, the agreement, the legal document that said, like, this is a licensing deal with Blue Sky. My baby's up. I'm gonna go rock him to sleep. Working with Blue Sky was really awesome. We did everything virtually. And so we often had conference calls and I got to meet the team, which is really cool. I remember one summer day when I got introduced to the team and there was everybody introducing themselves. They were introducing themselves and they were saying like, hi, my name is so-and-so and I'm going to be working on your designs. I'm going to be working on the layouts and I work on this side, I work on this. And I just remember that for a second, I almost like blacked out. I remember realizing how real it was and how big it was and how big of a deal this was. And I just remember like my ears were ringing. I completely put everything on mute. I don't know if you guys have ever seen like in a movie where just like everything goes silent, even though there's life happening in front of you. But I just remember my ears are ringing and I just focused on the screen and I had this realization like, oh my God, this is gonna happen. This is really gonna happen. This is huge. And like, I'm working with all these people to make this happen. And it was so surreal. And I was trying so hard not to cry in front of the camera because all these people were looking directly at me and talking to me. And I don't know. I couldn't believe it. And I'm like, this is really gonna happen. Like, oh, and I just remember trying so hard to hold back my tears and my eyes got really watery. And I don't think they realized how big of a deal this was to me. And I don't think they realized how emotional I felt at that moment. And as soon as we were done with that call, I just cried. It's just so cool to me. I've never done anything like this before. Doing the planners, designing the planners was so much fun. I put together a vision board for them and I told them that I wanted the planners to be beautiful and I wanted them to represent you know, like every girl, like the boss babe, like the fun girl and like the sophisticated girl. And I wanted them to be displayed out on a desk where you feel proud of your planner and you feel like it's so beautiful and pretty. And so we talked about like the coil and what kind of coil and what color, and then if there was going to be foil, what this was going to look like in the front, the font that it was. We talked about the tabs and how they were going to be glossy or the font that is on there. We talked about the layout and the font that's going to be on here and how it's going to look. And I mean, it was really fun and interesting. They sent over a huge box of samples of collaborations they've done before, and a really cool sample that I saw in there was from the Home Edit. I'm sure you guys have seen that show on Netflix where they reorganize like a celebrity's home, and it's really fun. I love both of the girls on there. I really look up to them, and it was so cool to see my work next to theirs and just like on that level of of celebrity status, I guess you could say, was just so mind-blowing. I'm like, that is so cool to me. And I couldn't believe it. And I got to play with like different materials, and we talked about faux leather, and we talked about patterns and textures and like pens and stickers and like different things. So then they went ahead, they pitched that over to the retailers, and Staples picked it up. And it just depends on like the season, on what the planners look like, and it's a really cool process. And so I was really proud and happy to end up with Staples. Shooting the pictures for this collaboration was so much fun. I asked Melinda to do my photos. She had done other shoots for me before, and I just love the quality. It's so editorial and so beautiful. And so I told her what the planners look like. I showed her pictures for the first time, and she put together this amazing backdrop for me, and she killed it. Like, she delivered. I had worked so hard for that shoot. I wanted to lose the baby weight. I wanted to look my best. I wanted to feel energetic. I wanted to feel good. And it all led up to that moment, and I actually got to hold my planners. For some people it may just be a collaboration, but my heart and soul went to these planners. It's a really cool opportunity. I'm so excited to finally share them with you guys. I know you've been asking me for years. I just had to make sure that I found the right team to do it with. I'm really excited. I'm so blessed to have the opportunity to work with Blue Sky, and I hope you guys enjoy them. And when you pick this up and it's sitting on your desk, I hope that you know that so much love went into this. And I want to say thank you to every single person who has reached out. I'm trying my hardest to reply to every single person because it just means the world to me, especially those who have been on this journey with me for so many years. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy it. I will be filming more Plan With Me videos, so make sure to stick around, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will talk to you soon. Muchos besos. Mwah.